n3bs. Just locking in for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, maybe less. So I just wanted to pick up from yesterday's stream. Just want to give a shout out to True Random for his last stream. He's got quite an impressive setup. I've got a lot less to work with here, but um, it's fun. I'm learning. So I did want to give a background, kind of, I guess, on myself and Modular. So I've been doing music off and on, taking big hiatuses, but anyways, total about like last 20 years. I've been doing a lot of EDM, mostly like drum and bass or liquid drum and bass. So a lot of what you'll hear is kind of in that vein. I do a lot of lo-fi stuff too. So most of my life I was entirely in the box using FL Studio. I had maybe a MIDI controller, external MIDI controller here and there. Like I still, have like a keyboard and some touch pads to use. But for most of my life, I've been working completely in the box, so to speak. And I kind of wanted to, spread out a little bit and try and get more into hardware. And I was never really interested in just buying a full-fledged synthesizer because I felt you were kind of, it made me feel like a little bit locked in, and maybe that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know. I'm sure this is just my opinion, right? But modular really intrigued me because it was like it's like build your own synth, and kind of, this is a really horrible analogy, but like the IKEA of synthesizers, where like IKEA is very modular. You can like buy shelves and different stuff and put things together however you want, right? You're not limited. You don't. There's not a lot of limitations there, but yeah, with modular, you can kind of do whatever you want. You can grow as quickly or slowly as you want. You can, um, do it completely DIY if you want. If you don't want to invest a lot of money, you can, get your own boards printed and do a bunch of soldering and all that stuff. So it really intrigued me to, and the real reason why I wanted to get into modular was for sound design. I've always been interested getting more into nitty gritty of understanding more how additive and subtractive synthesis work and how to make certain sounds and that sort of thing. And getting into modular was kind of like a way to force me to get into, like, because you have to like understand how to patch things to get sounds, and that's like there's a certain level of understanding you have to know to start using the module. You can't just plug random things together and assume things will work. Like there is some knowledge required, right, of how things need to work. And apologies, I just realized my Teams is going off, so let me mute that. One moment. Apologies. Alrighty, I've got that sorted. I forgot to mute my other computer. Okay, so yeah, so to continue on the background, with that said, my goal has never been to do everything completely modular or only, like I know a lot of people are into that, and that's fine. Just trying to make entire songs just with the modular synthesizer. That was never really my goal. Is more as a complement to the rest of my workflow. Um, and I think it's been really cool. Like there's stuff I've noticed already using modular that is a lot more intuitive to do. There's like I feel like on certain modules I can get sounds that yes I can go into Serum and try and do that, but in those it's just kind of like it's there. It's a lot more accessible. Funny enough. So yeah, that's kind of my background. Been doing it for 20 years. I've had a few things signed many years ago. I haven't put it out anything in a very long time. I mostly just do this as a hobby, just for the enjoyment of it, right? A lot of us do, music in general. So, left off yesterday, kind of hit a wall in some sense. Hey robots, hey True Random. I got the correct chat pulled up this time now because yesterday people were talking in the chat and I had the YouTube chat up, and I don't remember who pinged me, but it was after I'd already finished the stream. I noticed like someone pinged me in Discord and was like, "Hey, we're talking in Twitch," and I was like, "Oh crap." Uh, so I missed all of the chat. I went back and looked at it, but I don't remember who. They mentioned that you can get the Hermod Plus to be a clock receiver. Again, I still haven't figured out. When I stopped the stream last night, I didn't like go and do research or anything, but I still haven't found out how to send clock signal from Bitwig. I know that you can, so you know I just haven't put the time to go figure out, okay, how do I do this? So, just sorry. I won't be doing that today, but yeah, I know it's possible now. So I'll have some research. See, I think he mentioned USB. It's on the USB, which I don't know if that means I have to hook the Hermod to my machine. I have no idea. I got to go read the manual. That's really what that comes down to. But so allegedly there is a way to get Hermod to, and I would like to use it because it's got some built-in generative features, that I can use to do some cool stuff. But yeah, so won't be. I hit a brick wall because the ES8 has 4 inputs max. You have to do a MIDI clock. Okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure if the Hermod shows up as a MIDI device. That's really the question. I haven't tried plugging in my computer. I have plugged in successfully. I've got obviously my MIDI cable here that I can hook it up to my keyboard. And I do not believe, actually, let me check. I don't believe the Motu, does the Motu M2 have a MIDI input? It's funny. I bought this other, I have a Motu on my other machine, and I like it a lot, a Motu M2. But the problem with it is it doesn't have an ADAT connector, and I'm not even sure if it has a MIDI connector. So if y'all have recommendations on a really good or decent, not crazy expensive second audio interface, because I use this one for, it's what you're hearing, the microphone, right? That's my mic input is through the Motu M2. Okay, so it does have MIDI ports for connecting. Okay, so I could maybe hook that's weird. I could maybe hook this up to the Motu. I don't know. Oh, you have a Motu M4. Okay. Yeah, the problem with the Motus is they don't have DC coupled, as far as I know. And they don't have LDAT. So we're kind of like, I can't really. They are? What part's DC coupled? Okay, the output. Motu. Oh, okay. So I could use okay. No two interfaces have easy couple output. So okay, here's the problem I've ran into though. I will say I have the expert sleepers. ES8 and it's fantastic so far. I've it's super easy to set up, at least in Bitwig. Um, if I use, so the what I was trying to do initially, right, was use the Motu M2 for the mic input and um, audio, like that I, through my headphones, and then using the ES8 for routing things in and out of obviously the module. But the problem I've run into is and I can show you all this in Bitwig. Let's just go to Bitwig real quick. If we go to like this panel, right, you have the option of ASIO with SAPI, which SAPI is like not really an option for what we're doing because you can't, there's no audio input supported, so we just can't use it. And then I can pick which device I want to use, right? So the issue I ran into is if I wanted to use both the Motu M2 and the ES8 for, in Bitwig, I had to use ASIO for all. And ASIO for all is fine, but it's not the best performing thing. It's like, it's sort of, if you don't have a native driver for the audio interface, then ASIO for all is kind of like a good fallback, but it's not the best. And the issue is if you don't have an ADAT connection between and I was reading the documentation for ASIO for all, is if you have two USB devices or two audio interfaces, and someone can correct me here, right? And they're both connected to your machine, there will be clock drift. There can be clock drift unless you have those audio interfaces connected to each other via ADAT. So, and I experienced some weird goofiness when trying to do ASI for all and trying to get both the Expert Sleepers ES8 and the Motu M2 working together. And I kind of just gave up and said, you know what? I'll just use the ES8 for everything coming out of the machine audio-wise. And then right now I'm just using the Motu purely for the mic. So it's just kind of a waste. But if I had another audio interface with an ADAT, then this would probably work a lot smoother because I'm assuming it would just show up under the Expert Sleepers as just as more buses, more input and output buses. That's what I think happens, right? Just depending on how you have it set up. You all can correct me there, but so I can't see. I feel kind of dirty for having a cable in the MIDI input of Oxycoral. What is Oxycoral? Is that a module, I'm sure? I guess I'm Googling now. Okay. Oh, yes, I've seen this thing. Looks cool. Hold on a second. If you're looking to clock, running MIDI clock from Bitwig into Hermod is probably your best bet. Yeah, I would like to do that. I just don't. I don't exactly know. Oh, I guess maybe. Oh. Wait. So can I do it? The question is, there's this MIDI import. This is the question. There's a MIDI import here on the Hermod, which I used obviously for, and obviously I think I can just use a regular patch cable, right? Because this is mono. Oh no, like maybe it's not. Okay, well that's the question: is can I just patch output from Hermod? Sorry, output from Hermod to that guy, and then have it. I don't know. Not sure if we want to find that out this stream, but I'll look into it. Stogo. Motu interface has MIDI out, maybe. Yeah, but see, the problem is I can't use Motu, as you see right here. I can't use Motu right now because I've got Expert Sleepers as my audio device, right? So that's the problem. Like I can do ASI for all and use both the Expert Sleepers and the Motu, but I've had very not great experiences using ASI for all in this instance where you're trying to use more than one audio interface because you need to sync the clocks between the but can you not do that per track or something? I can't have a entirely different device per track. You have in Bitwig you have to specify the device you're using. Should be able to use Expert Sleepers for the audio and the Motu for the MIDI. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, let's just go. We can take a look here. No, there's a way. Oops, I can't spell. Okay, so MIDI. Let's just do MIDI CC. You can pick a MIDI channel. Well, that's not really what I want. Let's go hardware. I think it's under hardware. So hardware interface. Okay, so MIDI output, right? Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. And I can send a MIDI clock. Interesting. Okay, wait. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the back. Alright, I'm gonna do something dumb because I don't have an O-scope or anything like that. Oh, it doesn't reach. Well, we'll just force it. Come on. Come over here. Ugh. I'm trying to move. Okay, this cable's not long enough. We're going to have to... I can't make it longer. Okay, I'm going to make a note of that. I'm going to try that later. What I need to do is I need to move the Motu so it's... Or maybe I could do it now. I think the USB cord is not long enough. I'm gonna have to reorganize later. So I won't worry about it now. I've been just talking this entire time. I haven't done really anything yet. So, but I will try that. Thank you guys for the suggestions. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can just use the Motu as the MIDI clock, and then the Expert Sleepers for everything else. That'd be awesome. And then maybe because maybe I get just more free outputs. I don't think so, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So where I left off yesterday was I just had this, and I'll just play it. If y'all were tuned in, I don't know. But I had this little simple thing going on. You know, some vibes. So I have this little this is rings on the top that's doing the very droney kind of lots of reverb vibes, right? So that's rings feeding into here, let me see if I actually remember what the hell I did. Where are you going, rings? Let me go on the camera. So we've got obviously the MIDI control, or sorry, the CV and the gate being controlled by Bitwig into rings, right? And then I also have the gate feeding into a VCA just so I can make sure it cuts off when it needs to, because I don't think the strum on I don't know. The strum's kind of weird. Then I've got the output of rings going into the VCA, and then the output of that goes into Oniri, right? And then there's a bunch of stuff obviously happening in Oniri. Right now, I think I only have the raw input and right now the ambience guy up, but obviously I can do a lot of cool stuff there. And then I have the output of that, the stereo output of that going back into the expert sleepers, which goes into Bitwig. And then I've got some additional effects, really just black hole immersive, which is a really nice. Not getting any synth audio on this end. Oh, y'all aren't hearing anything. Oh, I know why. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for reminding me. Okay. I think I know the issue. Apologies. I forget. I have to use Sonobus to route the audio into the correct okay, so hopefully okay, hold on. I've got all right. Send. All right. So hopefully, let me check the mixer. Mic check. Okay. Okay. Y'all hear it now? Okay. Yeah, so a little explanation. I've got, just to make sure that nothing else on my machine is getting transmitted through OBS, like, say someone pings me on Discord or whatever, y'all shouldn't hear that. So to do that, I just want to make sure what's coming from Bitwig is all you hear, basically, and obviously my mic. So to do that, I use Sonobus. As you can see, I've got on Bitwig, there's just a plug-in here that on the master channel, and I connect to basically myself. I have another instance of Sonobus running here, and then the output of this then gets routed to this virtual audio cable, and then that's what I use in OBS. So it's a little bit weird. I don't know if it's too loud, so if it's too loud, let me know. I'm gonna probably have to turn down the level. Where is it? It looks like it did peak. Okay, it already turned it down a little bit. All right, should be fine. Anyways, I don't know if I like this little plate arpeggio, but what I was playing with was I wanted some bass. So I've got this cool plugin called Ambassador. And so what Ambassador does, my understanding is you've got obviously you have different harmonics, but apparently this can generate undertones. So you got overtones and then you've got undertones. So Ambassador is basically designed to take whatever audio you have and generate undertones. So you can have it actually generate a sub and bass for you, because I don't really have that in the sound that you're hearing, right? So I wanted some bass. So I went ahead and put Ambassador in. You can hear a little bit of a difference, right? Now, you'll notice it sounds very almost farty. I don't. It's like it's kind of. It's not a like nice smooth tone. It's very unsmooth. It's like kind of. It's almost like gated. Weirdly enough, I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to best verbalize it, but it doesn't sound right. So I thought, let me put some multi-band compression on it and just have it compress the sub and bass. So I have it coming out here. I mean, probably a little far, but I wanted to smooth it out and make it sound a little less gatey. So. I thought about doing something different because I don't think I'm quite getting what I want in that respect, and maybe somehow, and I'm not sure if I can do it with Pro Q, sending this oh, you know what, there is a frequency split. Let me try that actually. Let me turn this off. Split. Yeah, frequency split. Okay. Oh. So what's the range? So this is not telling me the range. Okay, that's not quite what I was looking for, but it's cool sounding. Not mid side split. No, I'm trying to find. I thought there was a multi. Oh, okay. Maybe this is it. There we go. Okay, so you can split the low, mids, and highs, right? So maybe I can drop ambassador here. Actually, no, because it needs the full signal. Okay, but what I can then do is maybe an ambassador, just use a regular compressor. That might work better on the low instead of using Pro MB, which is a multiband compressor. I can kind of make a much simpler multiband compressor by using a frequency, a band splitter, choosing the range, and then compressing the low end, and hope. I'm just trying to get it to sound smoother instead of like the really choppy sounding, that it like almost gatey. I'm sure you'll notice it doesn't sound good. Let's try it. Okay, and then we can tweak it a little more. Let's, I would use Pro Q3, but we're already using native plugins, so let's... So dry without anything, and then like really low attack, it sounds, it's too fast. We want this to be real slow and smooth. Good enough for now. Alrighty. So I kind of want to add a little bit more melody on top of it. So I had this plates thing going, but I think it doesn't sound good. And I'm trying to figure out. I do want something like arpeggiated, but I'm going to cycle through some different plate sounds and see if we can find something that complements this. Because right now, to me, it doesn't fit. I need to do is I probably need to, because I'm not using the dimension stuff, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it for now. It's not doing me any good. But I've already got, is this, okay, so I already got the gate for, I think what I don't like about this plates is the ADSR. Not sure if you're currently talking, but you sounded like it looped a little while ago and we haven't heard you say, ooh, it looped. What do you mean by that? Oh, it sounded like a voice looped. I'm talking now. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. What was I getting at? Oh yeah, so I'm not using this guy that I mentioned, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of him. Yeah, so I don't need him. I'm gonna have this plugged back in here just to save some cables. So what I want to do though is, I think I want. Don't hear a delay currently. That's good. Hopefully there's not a delay. So what I want to do is control kind of ADSR on the plates, because I think it needs to kind of come in and out a little bit more slowly. At least that's what I think. I could be totally wrong. So I already have the let's see, what is this doing? Oh yeah, the strum. The strum is going into a VCA for rings. I don't really need that. I do need that for rings, but I don't need it for plates. So for plates, I need the out, instead of going directly into expert sleepers, I need this trigger to instead, well, I need the output to go instead of sorry, let me rephrase that. Instead of the output of plates going into expert sleepers, I'm going to take these and go into channel 2 and channel 3. Sorry, and channel 2. So the way I don't know if this is typical of a VCA setup. Let me zoom in here. This is what I did. I don't know if it's the best thing, but it's what I've been doing. All right. So normally, so I've got these A135-2. I wish the Dofer model numbers were a little bit easier. But yeah, these are 4-channel VCAs, and they can be configured in a couple different ways with the channels on the back. I have 3 of them. I'm not using one. There's one up top here I'm not using right now. But when I'm doing stereo, what I'll typically do is I'll have this one for my left channel and this one for my right channel, and then I will, do CV whatever I need to for if I want to do like ADSR or something on these, right? And then I'll route out either individually here into wherever I need to go, or I'll use the mix if I just want to use this as a mixer, then I will. In this case, I'm not. I'm using this as 4 independent VCAs that I can deal with. So yeah, I'm routing out the signals individually. So in the case of rings, it's going into Oniri, and then Oniri is going back out into the expert sleepers. But what we want to do, I believe, this is why I did these 2 blue ones here. Hey, Still Res, how's it going? So yeah, patching the plates into the left channel into this guy, right channel to this guy. I guess the other nice uh, the reason why I also like doing this way is because I essentially get a pan tool by like being able to change the volume of the left and right channels individually. So that is one nice little thing you can do if you want, is you can actually CV control panning that way a little bit. So anyways, what I'm going to do for this is, so I've got there, I need to control the CV, and what I think I'm going to do is try and use maths. I don't think maths does ADSR, but at least I can change I think the attack and the release, at the very least, which I think is all I could care about. So for that, I'll need to patch, and I'll just, let's see, do I have a pink small one? Yes, I do. All right, so I'm gonna have the CV here. Oh, come on. There we go. And then I will patch, I need to trigger. Where's the trigger? Here's the trigger. This needs to go, well, I need it here, but I also need it. Let me repatch this with one of these so I can steal it. That was 8, right? Crap. I hope it's 8. Yeah, it is 8. Okay. So steal the trigger, and then we'll take this trigger and we'll put it into maths. So in theory, I'm just going to play the plates by itself. And sorry if my mic is far away from my mouth sometimes. So yeah, okay, so we can see maths is triggering. I don't, so just kind of off or on. So let's change the, okay. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a rise there. Like, that's kind of what I want to see. We don't hear anything yet, but what I want to see is, oh, maybe. Trying to see if the problem is, okay, I think what I got to do is adjust the gate length just a tad lower so that, oh, I wish I could copy it. Oh wait, can I do this in bulk? Is that what this is? Global gate length. Okay. There we go. I think that's what we want. So, all right, cool. That's exactly what I want. Yeah, I noticed if I have the gate length at 100%, then it won't ever re-trigger. So I just need to slightly lower the gate length. And now you can see maths is doing what you expect. So let's, why don't I hear anything? Did I mute something? Output, oh, I'm dumb. Okay, yeah, because we haven't actually used the output from the maths yet. So let's do that. So we'll take one of these wires, and we should just be able to plug into this one of these CVs. I'm going to do this one, and take it over here. And then I need to turn the volume up for at least the CV, channel 2. And I still hear nothing. Interesting. What if I just do this? What does that do? Okay. Oh! Oh. I am also dumb again. I need, this is a very recurring pattern, you'll see. I need another cord to route the actual output of the mixer back into the expert sleepers. So that's what we'll do. So here's the left channel, that should come in here. I don't remember it being that low pitched, but maybe it was. I don't really want the sub because we already have sub frequencies. Okay. One thing I kind of want to try is, which I haven't done yet. So that seems to work. It sounds a little better. I'm not sure if I'm 100% content with the sound that I'm getting, but what are you gonna do? So I've probably got maybe 15 more minutes. Um, what I want to try and do, I really love the plasma drive. I want to just talk about this real quick. This thing is super cool. Uh, only problem is it's mono, and really a lot of the sounds I've been doing now have been stereo. So I just have the same issue with the Resonant FB, and that's kind of really the only reason I haven't used these two that much is because of that. It's all mono. So yeah, and plus I'm also currently limited on inputs on the S8. But I don't know if I'm doing something like with one of these VCOs, either the VCO2 or the uh, dope for A11-3 or 800 or 1111, whatever. I can't numbers. 111-3. Jesus. All right. If I'm using that guy, it would make sense to use that with the Resonant FB and the plasma drive or the VCO2 where they're already mono. Dimension does mono, but it also does stereo. This one's kind of been goofy for me. I'm maybe not being fair with it, but like it took me forever to get the firmware to actually upgrade on it. So I've used it sparingly currently. But yeah, this plasma drive guy is super cool for distortion in general. I really love feeding things through it, but obviously I'd need two if I wanted like some sort of stereo distortion, whatever. I guess time to buy another. Yeah. I need more. Space. I'm already running out of space, and I've got this thing in T on back order, and as you can see, there's definitely no room for it. So I'm in the process of designing my own modular out of linear aluminum extrude or not linear extrusion, aluminum extrusions. Still working on that design. I'm actually going to release the design for free, if y'all are interested or not. But it's a design that is pretty cheap and simple to make. Basically, the actual materials, like the aluminum, is maybe depending on how big, because it's configurable. I have it parametrically configurable, so you can configure how many HPs wide, how tall, how many sections you want. So if you want 2 sections on the bottom and 2 on the top, or whatever, that's all configurable. It regenerates the entire model in CAD, so it's complete parametric. So materials wise for mine, which I think was what's not 168, it's 100 and something HPs wide. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's pretty much the widest like standard HP size you can get if you're buying rails. So it's wide. It's got I think it would be basically 2 of these, but more like a lot wider in HP. So 2 of these stacked, a lot more wide in HP, plus 2 1Us. So and that I think it was around $60 for the aluminum extrusions. Now have to then buy power supply and what else? The actual mounts, the rails for the to mount the mods on there. So total cost would still be cheaper, but yeah, it's something, because I thought about buying more of these, more of the tip top audios. It's great, like for price wise entry. Like if you're just first getting into modular, they're hard to beat in my opinion. They're really cheap, and you get good bang for your buck. but I've already quickly outgrown this one. And I thought about getting another one, which would be cool, but I think it'd be better if I built my own and have room to expand into instead of buying more and more of these. So I'll probably build my new modular and sell this one. So, anyways, we got what about 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it. So what else do we want to do with this? Probably what I want to do here is this guy's taking a lot of the frequency spectrum up, which is fine. I mean, it's kind of supposed to, right? It's just a very prominent piece of the whole thing. But do I have track spacer? Oh, I don't have track spacer installed. Okay, well, never mind for that idea. I'll have to come back to that. So usually I set this machine up. I usually have like a gaming rig that I do all my music stuff on. But once I got the modular, I was like, okay, I don't have space, so I'm using another machine, and got it all set up. But obviously, I don't have everything completely configured. So there's still like plugins and stuff that I have to go and install, and track spacer is one of them. But anyway, so I can't do that. Maybe we could do something. Do I have EXO installed? I don't have EXO installed. Man, I don't have anything installed. I'm gonna just play around a little bit, right, for the last 10 minutes, and then call it. I guess that one doesn't have a double kick. I hate that it loops. It's super annoying. I don't know how to turn the loop off. But anyways, the preview, that is, it loops and it sounds very piercing. Okay. So when I'm typically working on a song, I like to work on the drop first, like the highest energy part. So I still have a ways to go there on this, but and then I'll work backwards on all the other elements. So it's kind of try and beef up the drums a little bit more. And I still need something better, more melodic. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Is just trying to tweak the drums out. So right now, I think for the kick, I'm going to. So you can add. What's nice about this guy is you can add. You can chain in the chain. You can add stuff to each individual sample. So for the kick, I want to basically add in a EQ. I think it goes here. No, where does it go? I forget how to do this. I think it's going to drag it in here. I think it's there. So if I click off on the snare, that one should be gone. Yeah, okay. So the kick has the sampler. It's using the sampler right here, and then I can tweak the actual kick sound individually, EQ it separately from everything else, even though this is the same device grid. And I'm gonna need a side chain, but I'm gonna do that right now. This. I'll have to experiment here. But let's see. the volume for this track too. Okay. Like the snare, but everything else is sounding okay. So when I'm making drum and bass, a couple more minutes here before I sign off. When I'm working on drum and bass, I typically, if I'm using a break, like this is a classic break, the Think break. It's been around for a while. I will usually bring it in as sort of like a filler initially, right, just to kind of get everything structured, and then I'll layer the rest of the drums on top, right? So that's what I was doing right now with the drum machine, and then I will usually just have that break kind of as fill. So it'll usually, like, you'll see I've cut almost all of the low end, most of the mids. You've got mostly just kind of like mid highs left on the break. So if I listen to the break now, it's just like that's all you're getting is mostly just top end, right? So now it's a matter of because you'll see it sounds very dry if I just do. Drums are very dry, but I add the break in, layered on top. Sounds a lot better, but I don't like the snare, so let's change the snare. I'm sure we can find something. I mean, it's not a bad snare, it's just, I think we can find better. Ooh, I like that one. That one's nice. Where is that? Boom. It's called Boom. What? Sounds very weak. Why does it sound so weak? I may have to layer the snare actually, now that I think about it. Let's do that. Let's try and layer it. It's not even playing. I need something with better low end. It's a problem. That has a better. Maybe this one. I'm gonna try this one. It's too long, but I'll chop the tail off. How many snares can we layer? Oh, maybe that's also the problem. I don't have these very long. Okay, last thing I'll do is I think that wraps it up for today. I think that about wraps it up for today. I really enjoyed it. Next time I'll just keep working through this song and maybe we'll have something done. Who knows when, but it was good fun. I might stream tonight. I don't know yet, but hope y'all enjoyed the hybrid modular bitwig situation here, and hope you all have a good rest of your Tuesday. Take care, guys.